How did someone get promoted during their own court-martial? I found out when Staff Sergeant Jake Blake faced charges for disobeying direct orders and assaulting a superior officer during our deployment to Iraq in 2019. The incident happened during a joint patrol with Iraqi forces in a disputed area near Fallujah. Our battalion commander, Lieutenant Colonel Harrison, was one of those micromanaging officers who'd never seen real combat but thought he could run operations from an air-conditioned command post 20 miles away. Blake's squad got pinned down in a marketplace by heavy sniper fire. 3 soldiers wounded, including our interpreter Ahmad, who'd been helping American forces for over 3 years. This guy had kids, spoke perfect English, risked his life daily to support our mission. Harrison's voice crackled through the radio with evacuation orders. Leave the wounded behind. Acceptable losses. Extract immediately or face disciplinary action. Blake keyed his radio once. Negative, sir. We don't abandon our people. That's a direct order, Sergeant. Withdraw now or I'll have you court-martialed. Blake made his choice. Told his team to provide cover while he crawled 50 meters under enemy fire to reach Ahmad. Dragged him to safety, then went back for 2 wounded soldiers. Took 40 minutes to evacuate everyone. Blake personally carried each casualty to the extraction point while bullets chewed up the ground around him. Harrison was furious. Blake had disobeyed orders, endangered the mission, shown complete disrespect for authority, filed court-martial charges within hours. The trial was supposed to be routine. Military justice moves fast when soldiers disobey direct orders. Blake's lawyer advised pleading guilty, accepting reduction in rank, taking his punishment quietly, but Blake refused. I saved American lives and an Iraqi ally. I'm not apologizing for that. The prosecution painted him as a rogue soldier who put personal feelings above military protocol. They had radio recordings of his defiance, witness testimony, clear evidence of insubordination. Then Blake's defense attorney called unexpected witnesses. The wounded soldiers testified first, described how Blake risked everything to save them when he could have followed orders and faced no consequences. Ahmad's testimony was even more powerful. He spoke about watching American soldiers die for Iraqi freedom, how Blake proved some Americans really cared about Iraqi lives, not just mission objectives. But the game changer came from Sergeant Danny Davis, Blake's squad member. He revealed what prosecution hadn't mentioned. Harrison's withdrawal order violated rules of engagement. Davis had recorded Harrison's radio transmissions. Leave the wounded behind. That's acceptable casualties. Just get your people out of there. Direct violation of military law and basic human decency. The defense played those recordings in court. Room went silent. Panel of officers exchanged glances. Harrison's face turned white. Investigation revealed Harrison's complete incompetence. Multiple tactical errors, dangerous orders, reckless endangerment of troops under his command. He'd been covering mistakes by blaming subordinates. Military intelligence confirmed Blake's actions prevented a propaganda disaster. If American forces had abandoned wounded Iraqis, it would have destroyed local cooperation for months. The court-martial panel deliberated 6 hours, found Blake not guilty on all charges, recommended immediate promotion to Sergeant First Class for extraordinary heroism under fire. But it gets better. Army Criminal Investigation Division launched their own investigation into Harrison's conduct, found evidence of systematic abuse of authority, falsifying reports, endangering soldiers through incompetent leadership. Harrison faced his own court-martial 3 months later, convicted of conduct unbecoming an officer and endangering troops, dismissed from service with loss of all benefits. Blake got his promotion ceremony the same day Harrison was escorted off base in handcuffs. Ahmad eventually immigrated to America with his family. His oldest son graduated from West Point last year, commissioned as a 2nd lieutenant. Still sends Blake Christmas cards every year. The radio recordings became part of a new training program about ethical leadership under fire. Blake's actions are now taught at the Command and General Staff College as an example of moral courage in combat. Harrison works security at a shopping mall in Ohio. His military pension was revoked, security clearance permanently canceled. Blake retired as Command Sergeant Major 20 years later. At his farewell ceremony, he kept a copy of those radio recordings on his desk. This is what happens when you choose soldiers over career advancement.